All right, here we go. So multi-level Pilates class. I'm Kat. Go at your own pace. Make sure you feel any pain or anything. You don't want to be working through the repetitions. Always can maintain your just good stability and decrease your range of motion. Okay, so let's get started here. We're going to start laying on our back. We're going to start with some breathing. So placing the hands on the rib cage to get that nice three-dimensional breath happening. So we're going to take a big inhale, feel the rib cage expand out to the side and to the back and to the front. And exhale and feel the rib cage close down and in. Okay, go ahead and keep going with this breath pattern. You want to make sure as you're breathing that you're staying nice and wide across your clavicle in the front. And again, nice and wide across your shoulder blades in the back. Okay, and not tensing up through the neck. We're going to do a couple more breaths here. Just send that oxygen flowing through the body. When you breathe into your lower lobes of the lungs here like that, that's where you get the best oxygen exchange, okay? So we want to try to avoid that fast upper chest breathing, okay? So we're just going to take this right into some pelvic rocking. So right now my hips and my pubic bone, they lay in the same plane. I'm going to rock back so that my pubic bone comes higher than my hip bones. And then I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to drop my pubic bone down towards the mat. And I'm going to go back and forth, just working through a good range of motion here. I'm exploring my range today. I'm noticing that I'm feeling really tight, especially as I go into that anterior pelvic tilt. So from day to day, you can feel different through your spine, right? Your muscles can feel tight. Your fascia can definitely feel tight. So just exploring that range, we're going to find some place in between those 2 points. And here, when I'm in neutral, my hip bones again and my pubic bone, those are in the same plane, and I have a nice lift away from my lumbar spine off of the mat. So I have a natural curve in my lower spine. My lowest ribs are down on the mat here, okay? I'm going to take this into an imprint and release. So I'm going to put my index finger on my hip bone. My thumbs are going to be on my rib cage here. And I'm just going to rock my pelvis back into a posterior pelvic tilt and slight lumbar flexion. So I'm doing that by just shortening my abdominals here. So I'm not overworking my glutes or pressing into my feet. I'm just contracting those abs to get me here. So you should feel like your abs are contracted here. They're holding this position of your spine. I'm going to hold here, inhale, and exhale, lengthen my hips and my ribs away from each other to regain that natural curve. Okay? So I'm going to do that 2 more times. Inhale here, exhale, just shortening those abdominals. You just feel those abs contract. And hold, inhale, exhale, we go back to neutral. And 2 more like that. Exhale, just contracting. So obliques, rectus, abs are working to create this movement. Hold, inhale, exhale, we lengthen back. And 1 more time, here we go. And rocking back into that imprint. Hello, Belinda. I think that's you. Oh no, it's Jen Ayers. Hi. I'm just gonna fix this camera right here. And there we go. Just warming up with that imprint and release. Now we're going to go into a hip release here. Okay, so feet are hip distance apart. We're in neutral. Okay, hands can be down by the side here. I'm going to take my right knee and just release it out to the side without letting my pelvis move. Then I'm going to send that leg down the mat, turn it in, and drag it back up again. Okay? So with that breath, it's inhale to release the knee and send it down the mat. Exhale, I'm going to turn it in and drag it up. Just 1 more like that. So inhale, I release the knee, stun the leg. Exhale, I turn it in and drag it up. Okay? I want to keep my heel nice and heavy. Now I'm going to reverse this. So I'm going to let my right knee fall in towards the left knee, stretch my leg all the way out, feel a sense of opening through my hip joint as I turn out, drag up and around. All right, so inhaling, my knee falls in towards the other. I stretch my leg out. Exhale, I turn my knee out and I drag up and around, right? So we're going to do 1 more. Trying to make sure that my pelvis isn't rocking back and forth as I'm doing this hip release, okay? We're going to do the other side. So left leg out to the side. I stretch it down the mat, turn it in, and drag it up. Okay, so with the breath, inhale, release that knee out, stretch down the mat. Exhale, turn in and drag up, and just 1 more like that. So releasing that knee out to the side, trying not to let my pelvis move here. I'm using my abs to stabilize. We're gonna reverse that. So left knee falls in towards the right knee, stretch that leg all the way out. I turn out and drag it up and around. All right, left knee falls in, I stretch that knee all the way out, turn it around, and then drag it up again. All right, so there's our hip release here. We're gonna go into a spinal rotation here. With this one, we're gonna take the arms out to the side, and we're gonna imprint the spine, bring the legs to a tabletop position here. And we're just gonna rock over to the right, so the knees and the feet are gonna stay in alignment with each other, and I'm only going as far as I can stay tension-free through my neck and keep both shoulders and arms down on the mat, okay? Then I'm going to exhale and come back to center. I'm gonna do the other side here. So inhaling, I'm going over to the left, keeping my upper body pretty tension-free here, and exhaling, I'm coming back to center, okay? Just warming up my spine with a little bit of rotation here, going to the right, coming back to center. So typically I do this spinal rotation side lying. That's another way we can do it. This one's a little bit more intense, right? Because your legs are at tabletop and you have to maintain your position of your spine in neutral or in imprint, okay? And we have one more over here. So to the left, inhaling, exhale, I bring my legs back up again. And both feet come down here. All right, so here I'm gonna reach my arms up towards the ceiling. I'm gonna do some scap isolation. So I'm gonna reach and protract my scapula. So that just means I'm separating the space between my shoulder blades, and then I'm relaxing back to neutral. And again, so I'm protracting. Here I'm not letting my spine move, and I come back to neutral. So I'm inhaling to reach, and then exhaling, coming back to neutral. I'm just gonna do one more like that. So I'm reaching, separating the space between my shoulder blades and coming back to neutral here. I'm going to retract my scapula. So I'm going to draw the shoulder blades a little bit closer together on my back, and I come back to neutral. 3 more like that, inhaling with that retraction, and exhale, I come back to neutral. And 2 more like that. So I'm just not bending my elbows. I'm just bringing the shoulder blades a little bit closer together on my back and then finding neutral. 1 more time, retracting and coming back to neutral. I'm gonna lift my arms overhead, and here I'm gonna elevate my shoulder blades. So I'm lifting my shoulders up closer to my ears here, and then I'm just gonna relax them down to neutral, okay? And I'm allowing my shoulder blades to move up, right? So when your shoulders lift up, it's because your scapula is lifting up, right? But we have that mobility available to us, so we need it. We just don't wanna make sure we're not releasing those muscles. We're gonna do 1 more. We reach up, and then scapula comes back to neutral. Reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Here, we're gonna do some arm circles. So we're gonna reach the arms overhead. So some good mobility here through the shoulder girdle. Inhale, reach up and over. Here, we don't wanna be moving through the spine. You're gonna have some nice dynamic movement through your rib cage with your breath. And that's good, that's okay, we want that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, circle around, and let's reverse that. Should feel good. You should feel your shoulder blades spinning on your back. Feel like a nice stretch. It's good to be intuitive with how you move and how your body feels when you're doing that. Just get that mind-body connection, because it is a connection. They're not separate. So here we are. We're going to do our head nods here. So looking straight up at the ceiling, and I'm feeling my natural curve in my cervical spine, nice and relaxed. I'm going to inhale and just look down towards my knees. The back of my neck is going to stretch towards the mat slightly. And then I'm going to exhale, bring my eye level back up, and I'm going to regain the natural curve. So it's a really small movement here. Again, I'm going to inhale, just nod the chin, and that helps to prepare my head and my neck for spinal flexion off the mat. And 1 more. So I'm going to nod the chin, then inhale, and then I'm going to exhale, come back just to neutral. So here I'm going to take this into a hip roll before we go up to an ab prep, just to get the spine nice and mobile. So nothing behind the head, and you're going to scoot your feet in towards your pelvis a little bit more if you can. I'm going to rock the pelvis back into that imprint first, and then I'm going to peel my spine off, energy out through the knees here. Here I'm thinking of lengthening my pelvis and ribcage away from each other. I'm holding, inhale. Exhale, I'm going to soften through the chest and rib cage. I'm going to roll down vertebrae by
vertebrae. Lengthen back to neutral. I'm going to do 4 more like that. So I'm going to rock my pelvis back. Feel my glutes and my abdominals engage as I take my spine up and off the mat here. Here I'm especially paying attention to my glutes. I'm going to inhale, feel my rib cage expand. Exhale, softening through the chest and rib cage. So I want to feel that sense of kind of relaxation through my chest. And then I'm going to control that return down, rolling from my imprint back to neutral. And 1 more like that. So we rock back into that imprint, peeling vertebrae by vertebrae off the mat. Energy out through the knees here. I'm opening my shoulders nice and wide. I inhale. Exhale, soften the chest and rib cage, rolling down onto the mat. And coming right back and finding that neutral position, okay? Super important, we're always able to find neutral because that's the most shock absorbing position to be in, right? So we're gonna take this into an ab prep. Let's put the hands behind the head to support the head here. So remember, we're gonna stay in neutral with the pelvis here, so we're not gonna tuck under into that imprint, okay? So inhale, just slightly nod the chin by looking down towards your knees. Stabilize your head on your neck as you come up for that ab prep. So we're going to do 5 of these. We're going to hold, inhale, and exhale to lengthen down, finding neutral with the cervical spine. So inhale, I nod the chin. Exhale, I stabilize my head and I flex my upper spine up. I'm keeping my lowest rib down. Hold, inhale here, and exhale, I lengthen down again and come back to neutral. I'm going to do 3 more. So inhale, I nod the chin. Exhale, I flex up, right? So my chin's not close to my chest here. Hold, inhale, and exhale and lengthen down. Hopefully you're feeling your abs contract. Inhale, nod the chin. Exhale, we flex up. So rib cage slides down towards the pelvis, neutral pelvis, and we lengthen back down. We have 1 more like that. Just starting to fire into those abdominals. And we flex up with the upper body. Hold, inhale, and exhale to come all the way down to that neutral position. So we're going to flip over onto our back here. Did I say back? Onto our stomach in the prone position, so lying down. Hip distance apart, knees pointing down towards the floor here. We're just going to start with our breaststroke prep, so your arms are in that W position. I want you to think of pressing your pubic bone down into the mat, as well as your hip bones here. You got to use your glutes to create that, and I want you to feel your lowest rib anchored down into the mat and pull your abs in nice and tight. So we're going to inhale, slide the shoulders back and a little bit closer together on your back, and then exhale, you're going to lift your chest up. So we want the head and the neck to follow the line of the spine here. We don't want to be overly extending like this or leaving it behind and taking it into flexion. You just got to find that nice kind of happy medium position here. So upper spine is lifted, your lowest rib is down. We hold, inhale here, and exhale to come down. Okay, so we inhale. Set the scapula on the back by sliding the shoulders down and a little bit closer together on the back. Then we take it up. Hold, inhale, and exhale to come down. We'll do 3 more like that. Inhale, set the scapula. Exhale, extend the upper spine. Inhale and hold here. Exhale to lengthen down. And 2 more, inhaling. Exhale, so my elbows are staying down. I'm thinking of retracting my scapula as I come up. And exhale to come down. I'm engaging my glutes so as not to extend my lumbar spine. And I take it up, hold, inhale, and come all the way down. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is hands down by the hips here. I'm going to have you turn your palms to face the ceiling and relax your shoulders. So curl them forward onto the mat here. And just hover above the mat with your nose, okay, looking straight down. We're going to start by inhaling and unwinding your shoulders and turning your palms to face in and bringing your shoulder blades just to neutral on your back, right? That's number 1. That's the inhale. And then we're going to exhale. Just come up and hover a few inches above the mat. Think of reaching your fingertips towards your feet. We're going to hold an inhale here. And then exhale, come all the way back down to that starting position, including curling your shoulders forward here, okay? So inhale, just retract your scapula to neutral, turn your palms to face in and hover them above the mat. Exhale, come up for that hover. So think lengthening like a dart. Hold, inhale. Exhale, come all the way back down, including those shoulders. Let them curl forward. Inhale, bring your shoulders back. Stretch your hands down along the mat. Exhale, come up for your hover. Hold, inhale. And exhale, come all the way down. This is great for your mid-spine muscles. Again, one more time, we're gonna inhale, retract the scapula. Exhale, take it up for that hover. Hold, inhale here. And exhale, come all the way down. Woo! We're gonna do one more. We're gonna place the hands underneath the forehead here. This is gonna be just like the second one we did. We're just gonna hover above the mat, but we're gonna bring our arms with us here. It's gonna add a little bit more intensity. So engaging those glutes, take an inhale. Exhale, sliding the shoulders down as we just come up for a hover. So make sure your feet are staying anchored to the mat here. Your glutes are engaged. You're gonna hold, inhale, and exhale to come down. All right, so we inhale, set the scapula on the back. Exhale, come up for that hover. Hold, inhale here, and exhale to lengthen back down. All right, 2 more like that. We inhale, exhale, and we come up and hover. So good for our back. Hold, inhale here. Exhale and come down. And last one, inhale. You should feel those mid-back spine muscles working, holding you up. Hold, inhale here. And exhale to come down. Let's take that back for a shell stretch here. So we're going to curl the tailbone under, round the spine here. Okay. Just stretching out the back after that back extension. So doing some counter movement is always good. And we're going to get started. So flipping over onto the back here. We're going to start with some hundreds. Okay. Yep. Signature exercise. So let's start with imprinting the spine first here. Okay. Bring those legs to a tabletop to start. Hands come down by the side. We're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale, just flex the upper spine forward. Okay, so if this is straining your neck during the 100 position, put your head down. Okay, so here we're going to start with inhaling and pulsing for 5. Then the next 5, we're going to extend the legs out onto a long diagonal for 5. Okay, we breathe in and bring the knees back in for 5. And then breathe out and send the legs away for 5, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. How low do you get the legs? As low as you can maintain your imprint. Okay, this is 5, 4, 3, 2, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 4, 5, and 7. I'm also squeezing my knees together, right? Get those adductors firing. And 8, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we're going to bring the arms here. We're going to rock up. Right, there's our transition. We're going to do a half roll-ups. So sitting right up on top of the sit bones here, your legs can be all the way together or hip width apart. I'm flexing my spine forward here. I'm going to roll halfway back, just looking straight ahead. Exhale, I'm going to come up and over. Here, it's important you use your glutes to stay out of your hip flexors. You round up and over the top of your legs, okay? And we roll back. So we're doing a total of 8, coming up and over. And this is 4. And we have 3 more here. And 2. So you should feel your abs kick in, and then you increase your flexion to come up. Right? And last one here. Coming all the way up. We're going to roll all the way down, take this into our full roll up here. Okay? So my legs are stretched out straight. If you know you're tight through your lower back, you can give yourself a slight bend in your knees here, okay? But anchor those feet down and dorsiflex your ankles. I'm gonna reach my arms overhead here, and I'm gonna stretch my legs out straight. I'm gonna inhale, reach my arms. Exhale, I'm gonna nod the chin. I'm gonna allow for a little bit of protraction and elevation of the scapula, just a little bit to facilitate my flexion off the mat. And I'm gonna inhale, I'm gonna roll through my pelvis. Find my neutral here too, and then roll all the way down. So inhale, the arms reach. Exhale, nod the chin. All right, so I'm not letting my legs lift up off the mat. Okay, I know sometimes they like to do that, right? They like to kind of go, woo, when you're trying to come up.
So what that is, it's your abs, they're done. So the hip flexors are like, let me help. And they flex your hips up, okay? But the whole idea is to get our muscles firing properly as they should. So we should be able to use our abdominals to roll up and then let the hip flexors kick in, right, as they should, okay? And let's do a couple more here. So inhaling, exhaling, rolling up. So I'm peeling my spine off, reaching my arms, not collapsing here. And move up a little bit. I'm gonna roll down. And again, inhale, nod the chin, roll it up. Pulling my abs in tight. I've got opposing forces. My hands are reaching, my abs are pulling this way. All right. Let's reach those arms out to the side and come down onto the mat. We're gonna bend both knees here. Find a neutral position. We're gonna do one leg circle. So reaching the right leg to a tabletop. We're gonna do 5 in each direction. We have quite a few modifications here. You can have both legs bent. So the objective is to stay neutral with your pelvis. So in the starting position, right, if your both legs are straight and you can't be in neutral here, so if your pubic bone is poking up towards the sky, you're gonna have to bend your knees to get to that neutral position, okay? So what we don't want is that femur or that thigh bone being down here, okay, and doing circles here, because that's gonna be all just quads, okay? It's gonna change the emphasis of the exercise, okay? So I'm gonna stretch both my legs up because I can stay in neutral, and I'm gonna keep my arms down by the side here. I'm gonna inhale, cross the midline with my leg, and then I'm gonna exhale, take it around. Doing 5 in each direction. Inhale, cross the midline, and exhale, I take it away. There's 2. So for my next 3, I'm gonna bend both knees. I'm gonna cross the midline, showing you the modification, right? Able to stabilize my pelvis, so I'm only going as big, last one here, as I can maintain my pelvis in neutral, okay? I'm gonna reverse that. So I'm gonna take my leg away, cross the midline, and bring it in. I'm gonna do one more like that. Then I'm going to extend both my legs. I'm gonna reach out. So I'm stabilizing my pelvis here. My leg comes out to the side. I'm going as far as I can stabilize only. And last one, inhale, I reach. Exhale, I sweep it around. Hold inhale. Exhale, I bend that knee in. I'm gonna switch my legs here. Okay, so remember, we can have both legs bent. You can have one leg bent too, okay? You can have this top knee bent, this leg extended. You can have the bottom leg bent and this leg reaching, okay? So I'm gonna start with both legs extended here because I can stay neutral. So everyone's gonna look different with this exercise. I'm gonna inhale, cross the midline of my body, making sure my pelvis isn't moving here, and exhale and bringing it around. So inhale, cross the midline. Exhale, I come around. And again, this is 3. I'm gonna bend my knees. This is the modification. 2, and I have one more here. Crossing the midline, bringing it in, okay? I'm gonna reverse that. So I'm gonna take my leg away from the body, cross the midline and bring it in. Feels good to bring it down sometimes. Had a really big workout day yesterday, so I'm gonna do 2 more and 1 more. Woo! Awesome. Both legs come down and stretch my legs out nice and straight. Reach my arms overhead. I'm gonna do a roll up to transition to the next exercise, okay? So I'm gonna inhale, reach the arms, not the chin. I'm gonna roll through the spine here and sit up and find neutral, okay? So here, if you have a hard time getting up on top of the sit bones, you can bend the knees. That works good, okay? I'm gonna sit with my legs straight out. So you can be all the way together with your legs, okay? Or a hip distance apart, okay? That's gonna help to release things going on through the hip joint. So I'm gonna reach my arms out and I'm gonna twist and pulse to my right for 3. So pulse 1, 2, 3. Inhale, I'm gonna come back to center, and exhale, I pulse 1, 2, 3. That's it. I'm gonna keep going here. So I should feel my abs pull in with each pulse, and I do. I'm gonna keep my rib cage right over my pelvis, my shoulders right over my rib cage, and my neck and head right in line with that rib cage too. And again, and a pulse 1, 2, 3. Inhale, reach. We're gonna do 4 more sets. 2, 3, inhale, I twist. And again, pulse 1, 2, 3, inhale, reach. This next 3, I'm gonna bend this back elbow. That's gonna make my mid back muscles work a little bit more. And 1, 2, 3, I reach. My quads are engaged here too, keeping my knees nice and straight. As long as you can stay neutral, otherwise your knees are bent. Do we have 1 more? And pulse 1, 2, pull those abs in with each breath. And last 1, 2, and 3 here, and coming all the way down, okay? So we're gonna do our half, not half roll back, but our rolling like a ball, okay? Yeah, so the prep for that is very similar to our half roll back, okay? So our knees are bent here. I'm gonna put the hands right on the shins and finding that neutral position, rib cage right over the pelvis, right? Shoulders, so we're not retracting, we're not protracting, right? We're someplace in between. That's a neutral, right? For your shoulder blades. And the head and the neck, follow that line. Pull those abs nice and tight. Think of decompressing the spine here. Keep the rib cage and pelvis away from each other, and you're gonna curl back. So use your glutes, but make sure you're not collapsing here. And then we come right back to neutral, okay? So inhaling here, exhale, curl back. Hold, inhale, exhale, come back to neutral. Okay, so if you're not gonna do the full rolling like a ball, you can always come back to this prep. Okay, this is gonna help to stretch you through your lumbar and help you to work your abs. Okay, so the next prep is just taking those feet off the mat. So they're not super, super high like tabletop, they're just hovering a few inches above the mat. My hands are on my shins and I'm staying in this C curve. Okay, my shoulders are a little bit protracted. So I'm gonna inhale, I'm just gonna deepen my flexion and move my body away from my legs a little bit. And then I'm gonna come back up again, okay? That's the prep. We're gonna do 4 more. So I'm deepening my flexion here with my spine. My legs aren't moving, and then I'm coming back. So my torso is moving away from my legs. Exhale, deepening my flexion through my spine. And I come back up again and again. Exhaling. This is how we're gonna initiate the rolling like a ball, okay? 2 more, flexing my spine, so you should feel your legs working. I definitely do. Also, abdominals, right? So let's take this into rolling like a ball. We're gonna do 8, and we're gonna deepen that, roll back, head doesn't touch the mat, and then we come right back to that starting position, okay? The pelvis shouldn't be rocking into an anterior pelvic tilt here. Should be staying back behind the sit bones, right? And we'll roll back. Exhale and inhale to come forward, okay? And here we go. So this is 4. Try not to tense up the shoulder girdle here. So you want to watch that. You don't want to lose your stability. So if you press into your legs here, you can help you to stabilize your scapula. Woo! Last 2. Here we go. Deepen your flexion to roll back. And balance right here. Last one. We roll back. Come on. Yep. So keep your feet hovering. We're going to roll down here. Right, legs are going to be at that tabletop position, so your spine is imprinted. So here you have an option of keeping your head down through most of this series, okay? So if you have tension in your neck, right, or your upper back and your neck, keep your head down, okay? You'll still really work your abdominals here. So hands are on the outside of the knees. We're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale, I'm going to flex forward, okay? So I'm going to extend my left leg, right? And I'm going to take my right hand, place it on the outside of my right knee, other hand inside of that knee right here. I'm going to inhale, switch, exhale, and reach. What I'm doing here is I'm maintaining my ab prep position against the movement of my legs here. So I'm really working to stabilize. I have 4 more sets, and 3, and 2, and 1. Bring both legs back up again. I'm going to place my hands behind my head and I'm going to roll down onto the mat. I'm going to extend my left leg. Now I'm going to come up and I'm going to rotate towards that knee. So I'm thinking of my shoulder or this part of my chest going towards my knee. And then I'm going to come down, switch legs. Right, so I'm going to exhale, reach that right leg, rotate towards the left knee, and then I'm going to come down again and bring my knees back together.
And again, so exhale, I reach. Inhale to come down. So I'm just breaking down the obliques and flexing up. And then I'm coming down. So I have a big space between the chin and the chest here, okay, about the size of a fist, but still doing that head nod to help stabilize. And we're gonna do one more set on each side. So my left scapula is lifted, but my right scapula is down on the mat here. And one more. Woo. And coming all the way down, okay? So here, we're gonna do our slow double leg stretch. So we're gonna find a nice diamond shape with the legs here. The toes are lifted higher than the knees. I'm gonna put my hands on the outside of my knees right here. If I press into my knees, that's gonna help recruit the stabilizers of my scapula, right? If I press out with my knees, that's gonna help recruit the outer hips, okay? So I've got a lot going on here. So I'm going to inhale to prepare, exhale, just slightly nodding the chin to come up for that flex position, okay? Then I'm going to inhale, go to the 100 position. Exhale, I'm going to reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale, I circle around. And exhale, I come all the way back down to the start. I'm going to inhale, hold here. Exhale, just flexing my upper spine forward, holding this diamond shape. Inhale, I go to the 100 position. Exhale, I reach my arms up. Inhale, I circle around, and exhale to come all the way down. Okay, we'll do 3 more like that. Inhaling here, exhale, flex up. Feel those abs, right? Inhale to 100. Exhale, reach the arms overhead. Inhale, we circle. Woo! Exhale, come all the way down. 2 more, 1 times. Inhale, exhale, flex. These should be getting easier with all the ab work we're doing these days, right? Reach up, circle around, and come all the way down. Last one, inhale. Exhale, flex up. Inhale to 100. Exhale, reach the arms. Inhale, circle, and exhale, come all the way down. Let's bring those knees together. The next one we're gonna do is a double leg stretch, okay? So I'm gonna start with my head down. We're gonna do a total of 8, but feel free to flex forward for this whole series, okay? I'm gonna keep my head down for 4 and then lift my head back up for 4 again, okay? So I'm gonna exhale, I'm gonna reach my hands towards my head and reach my legs away as I stretch out, arms and legs. Then I'm going to inhale, circle around, okay? So exhale, I reach, pulling my abs nice and tight. Inhale, I come in. And again, exhale, reach. Inhale, circle around. And last one like this. I'm still really feeling my abs here. I'm gonna add that forward flexion for the last 4. So exhale, reach. So feel free to have different modifications through a series. You don't have to do the same thing the whole time. Exhale, inhale, circle. I am squeezing my legs together here though. Reach, come all the way in. Yeah. So head can be down here for sure, or you could be flexed up with the upper body. So I'm gonna extend my legs up towards the ceiling here. I'm gonna reach one leg away, right leg in towards me. I'm gonna do a double pulse. Inhale, switch, double pulse. Really gotta make sure you're using your breathing here. So I'm using my hands as a guide. I'm flexing up like that ab prep, right? See how the ab prep is a blueprint for so many of our ab exercises, right? And 4. And 3 for more intensity, it's here. And 2, woo, and 1 set. And both legs come up, inhale. Exhale, upper body comes down. Bend the knees, bring the feet down. Woo! Hopefully you feel warmed up now. Because I sure do. All right, halfway in. So let's bring those feet in towards the pelvis a little bit because we're going to do shoulder bridge exercise. So with that shoulder bridge, we're just going to keep the pelvis and the spine in neutral. So we're going to inhale, hold here. Exhale, just pick the hips up, right? Find that neutral position. Make sure both hips are level here. Hold, inhale, and exhale, we come down, all right? So we're going to inhale and hold. Exhale, lift the hips, engage the glutes. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, hips come down. So we're folding at the hip joint here. Hold. Exhale and lift. Inhale, we hold here. Exhale, come down. All right. So we're gonna add to this. We're gonna inhale, exhale, lift the hips. Just start with going up on your right toe. So lifting that heel up, then nice and slow without letting the spine move. We're gonna lift that leg up to tabletop, okay? Then we're gonna bring that foot down. Toe comes down first, then heel, all right? Other leg. So first lift the heel up. Now without moving the pelvis, we're going to tabletop, right? That's the intention. Then we're gonna bring that leg down, toe first, and then heel. All right, so let's hold, inhale. Let's exhale, lift that right leg up. So we just call this articulating through the foot, right? So when we lift the heel and lower, so we're alternating here. Yeah, we're gonna do 4 more sets. So exhale, lift 4, and 3, and 2 more here, and 1 more. Woo! Getting easier. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, come all the way down. All right? So for the very last shoulder bridge series, what I'm going to have you do is cross your left ankle over your right knee, and we're going to lift and lower here. So here, don't feel like you have to go super high. Okay, so we're just going to lift and lower. We're going to really think of engaging the glutes on that right side. Press down with your left arm, okay? And we're gonna lift and lower. And we have 4 more and 3 more, really pushing into that heel of the right foot. And last one here. Woo. Let's switch up here this time. Don't let that pelvis move. We're gonna put the foot down. Let's lift the other leg up, cross it over, and here we go, lower and lift. So we have 8, and lift, and 7. So I'm pushing down with my right arm. I'm really working that left glute. So this is like the posterior oblique system. And we have 4 more here, and 4. I'm really squeezing into that left glute, pushing down with my right arm, keeping my neck and upper body tension free. Let's do last one here. Lift and lower, and both feet come down. All right. Okay, so here we're going to imprint the spine, bring the legs up to tabletop, and then cross your ankles and let your knees float in towards your torso. We're going to do a rollover prep exercise. So here, we're going to let the knees come in towards the torso and try to roll the pelvis up, and then we roll back down again. Trying not to use too much momentum with our arms, okay? We don't want to be using the upper body too much. We want to actually try to use our abs to peel the spine off, okay? Inhale. And exhale. So pubic bone going towards the rib cage, and then we roll down again. And let's do 4 more like that. And exhale, knees come in towards the torso, and then coming back. So think of increasing your imprint to roll your pelvis off. And 2 more. Inhale here, and exhale. And the last one here. Lots of control. Woo! And roll down, and feet come down. Okay, we're gonna flip over into the prone position. We're gonna do our heel squeeze prone here. So more glutes, of course. So let's just fold the hands here and place the head on the hands. You're gonna have your toes pointing towards the corners of the mat, and you're gonna bend your knees and bring your heels together. Okay, so just at about a 90-degree angle for that knee flexion. So I want you to feel your hip bones and your pubic bone pressing down into the mat here. We're going to inhale, nice and relaxed through the shoulders. Exhale, squeeze into those glutes. And inhale to release. And exhale to squeeze. So it doesn't look like we're moving a whole lot here, and that's okay. And inhale, release. We're just recruiting those glute muscles. And exhale, we squeeze into those heels. Engage the glutes. And release. What you want to watch out for here is letting the hips lift up off the mat when you're squeezing your heels. Okay, we're going to do 2 more like that. Inhale, exhale, engage the glutes, squeeze the heels, then relax, and 1 more like that. And squeeze into those heels. Keep that pressure in those heels. What we're going to do is lift and lower the knees here, not very high. Inhale, prepare, exhale, lifting the knees up off the mat, and then lower, okay? And exhale, we lift
and inhale, lower. Just gonna do 6 more like that, and exhale, lift the heels, inhale and lower, and again, and squeeze and lift. Inhale and lower, and 4 more here. Squeeze and lift, so you should feel those glutes engage, right? You're gonna feel a little bit of lumbar extensors and hamstrings too. And we have 2 more here. Exhale and we lift. Heels going straight up towards the ceiling. Last one, engage the glutes to make this movement happen. Hold here, extend those legs straight out. Upper body comes up, reach those legs. We're gonna lower the right hand and left leg, and we're gonna swim for 5 counts here. 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 more sets. 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 4, 5, and 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3. Last 1, 2, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold here. And come all the way down. Woo! Let's take that back for a shell stretch here, okay? So sitting back towards the heels, rounding the spine. Nice and round, taking a good breath here. And we're gonna take this into our side leg series here. So forearms is kind of middle of the road for this exercise. You can also be all the way down onto your mat supporting your head here too, okay? So the legs are stretched out all the way. If you're on your forearms, we're gonna bend both knees, okay? We're gonna stretch that top leg out. So here, I like to come up on the forearms because it really adds that extra work in your obliques, in your lats, in your muscles that support your shoulder blades, okay? You're gonna stay nice and open with your chest in front. Both sides of your spine are gonna be open here, and we're just gonna lift and lower, and exhale, and lift and lower, and again, and lift and lower. So we're gonna do 10 of these. So this is 5, and lower, and 4 here, and 3, and 2, only 1 more here, and 1, okay? So we're gonna inhale, lift that leg up and hold, and we're gonna circle. So we're gonna circle forward, down, back, and around, all right? And 2, so we're gonna do 8 in each direction. Here's 3, so spine's not moving, it's just my hips. There's 4, I'm pushing away with my arms so I don't collapse here. There's 5, and 6. I like to use my hand here for tactile feedback. It helps me not to move my pelvis, and hold right here. We're gonna reverse. I'm gonna take it back, down and around. Really good to help create a balance through the hip joints during this movement here, right? So we have flexion, abduction, extension, and adduction. Lots going on here. We have 5. Are you feeling it yet? And 4, hopefully, right? And 3, 2, and 1. Hold here. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna bend that knee, bring it in, and then stretch it out, okay? So when you bend your knee, you can dorsiflex your ankle and then point as you reach away. All right, bending that knee, bring it in, point and reach away. All right, then bring it in, point, reach away. Let's go for 4, so we'll do 8 total. 3, 2, and 1 more here. Ooh, both knees come down. Let's do the other side. All right, so hopefully you felt that on your outer hip there, not in your back, right? We want to kind of train the hip muscles to work independently. The back should be stabilizing you, not creating movement. Okay, so if your waist is moving, it's your back trying to create this movement, okay? So you can be all the way down, yeah, up to you, or up onto your forearm. Okay, this is gonna give you a little bit more work through your upper body and abdominals. So I'm gonna stretch my leg out, and it's gonna be on my hip here, but my shoulders open. So you wanna watch when your hands are on your hips that you don't curl your shoulders forward this way, right? So pushing away my body from the mat and pushing into this elbow here. And I'm going to lift and lower. And we're doing 10 of these, just lifting and lowering. And there's 3 and 4. You might feel this leg a little bit quicker than the other leg. And 5 more. And 4, 3. So my torso is not moving. And 2 and 1. Okay. So we're going to inhale, take it up. Exhale, we're going to bring that leg forward, down, and back and around. Okay, so exhale for the first half. Inhale that second half as you bring it up. Okay, exhale and inhale. There's 3. We're going to do 8. It's 4. So we have 4 more here. 4 and 3. You should start feeling it, hopefully, right? And 2. And 1 more here and hold. Let's reverse it. Back, down and around. Take a break if you need one for sure. No need to be in a ton of pain. Right? This is 4. Woo, I'm really starting to feel it now. And 3 more. And 2. And 1. Hold up. We're going to bend that knee in, right? Dorsiflex. And then reach that leg away. And bend that knee, bring it in, and then reach that leg up and away. All right, so we're doing 8. This is 3. Not moving my spine here, just moving at that hip joint. And 3, and reach. And 2, squeezing into my glutes. And last one here. Whew. Awesome. All right, so let's swing those legs around. I'm going to stretch out a little bit here, okay? So I'm going to cross my left foot over my right here, right? So we have a little bit of an angle going on here, and then I'm going to reach forward, okay? So I'm trying to keep my spine as straight as I can. I'm reaching, pulling my shoulders back and pulling the toes back towards me. So here, I'm actually feeling a stretch through my calf on the lateral side, and also through my lateral hamstrings and quads and my glutes back here, okay? So you wanna pull yourself down. Think of reaching your tailbone back towards the back this way. Okay, and lengthen up, and then we're gonna switch that up. Just crossing over with that other leg and reaching here. So opening the chest, think of reaching my tailbone back. Right, and again, here I'm feeling this through my calf on my top leg, through the side here, my back a little bit. Reaching and pulling in, slide the shoulders back and down. Big inhale here. And exhale, we're going to come back up again. All right, so we have another ab series to go. Perfect, right? So laying on our back here. We've done this one before. This is an ab prep series. So we're going to be utilizing that ab prep, right? And we're going to combine it with some legs, okay? But for the first 4, we're just going to extend the right leg down the mat, bend the left knee, foot is flat down, and I'm just going to do my ab prep here. So I'm going to inhale to prepare, exhale, I'm going to nod the chin slightly and flex up. Here, I'm staying in neutral with my pelvis. And then I'm going to inhale to come down. All right? So just for 4. So we have 3 more. So I'm nodding my chin first before I come up. And then I come all the way down. All right? We're going to do 2 more like that. So exhale. Inhale, I come down. I'm supporting my head with my hands. Exhale to come up. And inhale, I come down. We're going to add that knee. So the right knee is going to come in as I do my ab prep. Yep. And then I reach away. And again, exhale. Inhale, I reach away. 2 more like that. Exhale here. Inhale, I reach away. Last one here. Inhale, I reach away. I'm going to bend this knee up here. And I'm going to extend my left leg. All right? Here, I'm just going to do my ab prep while I maintain my legs in this position. So I'm going to inhale, come down.
Exhale, I flex up for 4. Inhale, I'm down. Exhale, I flex up. There's 3. I'm going to do 2 more like that. And 1 more. This time I'm going to hold up. And I'm going to do that single leg stretch here, right, for 8. There's 2. And 3. And 4. You can put your head down too if you need to. And 2 more sets. And last set here, both legs come up. I'm going to bend my, keep my right knee bent and just place my foot down. I'm going to extend that left leg down the mat here. Place my hands back behind my head. I'm going to start from the beginning, okay? Just on the other side now of the emphasis. So inhale, I'm going to keep my pelvis and spine in neutral. Exhale, just nod the chin and flex up. And inhale to come down. 3 more like that. So exhale, I'm just flexing my thoracic spine, keeping my lowest rib down, keeping my pelvis in neutral. 2 more like that. Exhale, really feeling my abs here. And last one here, exhale. Inhale, I come down. Okay, so next one, I'm gonna bend my knee, bring it in. So here I'm trying to stay neutral too. So as I'm adding movement through that leg, my muscles surrounding my pelvis have to work even more to stabilize me. All right, and 2, and last one here. I'm going to bring that knee up to that tabletop position, and I'm going to extend my right leg up off the mat here. Head comes down, and I'm going to do my ab prep while stabilizing my legs. Exhale, I flex up. Inhale to come down. 3 more. Exhale. Inhale, I come down. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale, I come down. Last one. Exhale here. Inhale, I come down. Exhale, I come up and hold and single thigh stretch. There's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Woo, 4 more. 3 more and 2. Last one. Both legs come up. Upper body comes down and legs come down. Woo! Bring the hands right down by the side here. We're going to do some hip rolls. So let's reach the arms up towards the ceiling here. With good hip distance apart is nice. Shoulders nice and wide across the front. Inhale, exhale, rock the pelvis back into your imprint and then roll and peel your spine off here, okay? Stay nice and relaxed through the upper body as you inhale, engage those glutes. Exhale, soften down, vertebrae by vertebrae, finding your neutral. Inhaling. And exhale, rocking that pelvis back. Coming up, thinking energy out through the knees. Here we hold, inhale. And exhale, rolling down. We're going to do 1 more like that. Inhale here. Exhale, rocking the pelvis back. And then rolling up. Hold, inhale here. And exhale, let's come all the way down. We're going to come up and we're going to go onto our hands and knees here. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of neutral challenge through the spine. So right here, hands and knees, so you have all the natural curves of your spine. You want to make sure your head and your neck follow the line of the spine. So we don't want to be up here or down here. So just making sure you got that nice engagement happening through the posterior neck muscles. We're going to hinge back. So think of widening the sit bones as you're sitting towards your heels, and then we just come back to neutral here. And again, so I'm pushing into my hands, and I'm also reaching back with my hips. Staying neutral, that's the challenge. How far can you go without going into that flexion of the spine, okay? So everyone's gonna look pretty different doing this. 1 more here. And then we come up. Let's make sure you bring your knees so that they're not too far apart here, because we're gonna extend that right leg, making sure you're not leaning over into the left side here, okay? We're gonna lift that leg up and we're gonna hinge back, all right? And we hinge back. Just 2 more like that. 2. And last one. And that knee comes down. And then just extend
the other leg. Here you want to make sure you're not dipping with your pelvis down and that your knees staying right in line with your hip. That's why I keep bringing my head down to check, because my tendency is to do this lean, okay? And that just means you lose your side of your hip, right, as stabilizers when you do that. We're going to lift that leg up, and we're going to hinge back and then come up again, okay? Stabilizing the scapula, so you're pushing into your hands here, and we reach. Good. And just do 2 more here. And the last one, nice and easy. Bend the knees, bring it in. We're going to sit back for that nice shell stretch here. Take a big inhale into your back. We're going to come up. You're going to take your left hand and bring it through this hole right here and sit back and twist your body like you're trying to get your shoulder in under you here. Let your head come with you. So a little bit of a nice stretch through your upper back muscles here. We're going to come back up again and weave that other hand through and twist your back here. Good stretch for the spine. You can let your head come with you. And we're going to come up. Then we're going to sit. We're actually going to lunge and lunge forward into like a runner's lunge a little bit. So we're going to turn that back foot in towards the midline and then stretch through that front of the hip here. Oh, you can't see my face. That's okay. Let's reach that other arm up. So left arm comes up and then lean over towards the right side. Okay, so this is stretching your lateral line. It's also stretching your front line, right? So your hips, really important. That should feel good. Feels great. And let's do the other side here. So just lunging forward, you're going to turn that back heel in so we get open all the fibers. And we're going to lean forward. So we're flexing that front knee, bringing it in, engaging the glutes back here. We're going to lift that arm up and take that over for a side bend here. And reach. It should feel good. And whole lateral line. You may be feeling through your lats a little bit, obliques. We're all so different with our bodies, right? And yeah, and that's it. It's over. Thank you for joining me today. Happy Thursday. Hope your body feels great. Our bodies are awesome, what they do for us, right? Anyhow, miss everyone. Hope to see you soon. Let's go. Maybe May, in the middle of May, hopefully, right? Bye-bye.